Okay, so we're going to look at manipulating the spine. We'll be doing flexion and extension manipulations, and we're going to look at alternatives here as well. So the first technique we'll look at will be a flexion hypomobility, so we'll be pushing it into flexion, and we're going to be using a technique that I've termed pelvis down, so we're actually pushing the pelvis down the bed. Okay, so what we'll be doing is manipulating. Let's do the problem that Paul has. He has an L4-5 flexion hypomobility on the right. So what I need to do is flex the spine and left side flex it, and that will maximally flex the right zygapophyseal joint. So to get flexion and side bending, obviously what I need to do is flex the trunk from the bottom, and then I need to side bend him to the left and flex him at the same time. Now, to flex him to the left, I'll bring this arm down there and I'll be pulling in that direction, which will side bend him to the left. And to bias him towards flexion, I'll have this arm hanging forwards, so that when I pull this through here, it will tend to flex and left side flex. Let's get you back on your side again. Now, as far as the starting position for the legs, I've done this for convenience, but you can certainly do this, and then you hold the top leg still and he straightens the bottom leg out actively, or I can basically just leave the bottom leg where it is, flex the top leg up, and then bring the bottom leg up with it, so we've got them in flex. And that's what I prefer to do rather than mess around afterwards. So let's get you back on your back again and we'll start all over again. I'll get you to roll over. He comes very close to the edge towards me, so I'm not bending right over him. Keep coming towards me there. So we're nestled in. If you need to put a pillow between you and that will fill up that space a bit, that's fine as well. Okay, now I'll take the bottom leg and break the legs basically, top leg bent, bottom leg straight up, and then flex the bottom legs to flex the spine. Make sure that you flexed it past the segment you're interested in treating. This arm now drops forward to bias the flexion, and I grab the bottom arm and I flex and side flex by pulling his arm caudally. This bottom hand now can go under his head. Take that, it's okay. This won't unflex him if we do that. So now I've got the spine flexed and left side flexed, at least through the segments I'm interested in. Now I'm going to protect the bottom segment from the force of the manipulation, that is L5S1, by just extending a little until I feel L5 slightly move. So now I've got L5S1 moved out of extension, and then I can lock it a little bit more by rotating the pelvis directly towards me, trying to get as much pure rotation as I can, as feasible as that may not be, but get as much as that pure rotation as I can without over-rotating through L4. So there it goes there. And now I'm ready to manipulate. So the direction of manipulation is actually a little bit oblique, roughly towards his left, that's his left knee. So there, and you take all the slack up and just drop through there. So I'll set it all up again, much quicker. And I'm just going to mention one thing that you can see better from that side that you can see from the back that's actually a little critical to this. So we'll just break the legs so that I can rotate the pelvis, bring the bottom leg up, flex at least the segment I'm interested in, but it doesn't really matter how high you go. Let this arm drop down, give me your bottom arm please, and relax, and side bend and flex him. There. I'll unflex L5S1 there, relax, good. And now I'm ready to go. Now the important parts of this that you couldn't really see from the other side, I'll log roll him towards me, and this is really important because it will get his pelvis where I want it. If not, I'm stuck over it. So I'll log roll him entirely towards me, there's no rotation occurring, and I'll keep my body as vertical as I can, so I'm not bent over the top of him, so my weight will actually fall through the pelvis there. Take the slack out by leaning through the pelvis towards his left knee, get it out, and drop through it. So it really is just a short, sharp thrust.